Okay, we are live, aren't we not? Hello, Sumnima. Welcome to my studio. I'm so happy that you accepted the invitation. How are you today?
I am amazing. Thank you so much, Radhika. And it's a pleasure to be here. It's a pleasure to always be around people with whom have like similar thoughts and similar vibration, right?
Yes, excellent. I feel the same. Connection
Mhm.
is great because we're all connected anyway, and helping each other is, I think, really like life changing. What I want to ask you is, I just want you to tell me a little bit more about yourself. I know that you're a young entrepreneur. I just want you to tell us how old are you and what do you do and why, for example, you started to do what you do. What motivated you? Where the passion come from? Is it from mom, from dad? Is it against their will? Just a little story about how everything started, that beautiful journey. Is it something you follow from your, I don't know, teacher or studies, or just, or is it someone that you really like, that really motivated you and inspired you? Just tell me a little bit about your story, and just tell my audience, who are you, how old are you, and how do you help the the public?
Thank you so much for asking such an elaborated question. So, firstly, my name is Sumnima. So, I am 24 years at the moment. And I've been in the coaching journey. So, what I do exactly at this point is I help new coaches, new life coaches, or coaches who have been in the coaching space for some time, but they don't know exactly how to get clients. So, those are the people I help with my strategy, that is organic method. And I started back in 2021 officially as a coach. So before that, I used to work as an assistant to various coaches. So that got me into understanding the entire space of coaching and how to get clients, how not to do, what to do, everything. So before even starting as an assistant to coaches, I started off as digital marketing student. So I was very passionate about digital marketing. And surprisingly, I was a computer science student, which is very different from what I'm doing right now. And as you asked, is it uh, against your parents' will? It is 100% against their will. So they think I am here doing nothing the entire day, but because I don't do a job as everybody else does. And they sometimes feel like they wasted a lot of money by investing in the studies that was very high end for computer science. But maybe sometimes in life we have to do that we are destined for, that we are, that aligns with us, that we're passionate about, right? And so back then in 2018, I was a good student in general in school and college. So I was doing very good in class, but the marketing aspect, and whenever there was like public speaking thing, or whenever there was something that has to do with psychology, and again it comes back to, before that I wanted to study psychology as my measure, but again there were some things from my family because of which I could not take psychology, as it was not something I could get good job is what it was projected as. But looking back now, roaming around, I've come back to psychology in a different way because marketing, sales, business is heavily on psychology, right? So
Mm, yes.
I wanted to do that somehow. And at that time, I could not present it in correct words like, these are the thing that I actually want to do. I want to help people in these things, these factors. I just certainly knew that psychology is the thing that I wanted to do. But since I could not explain correctly, I landed up in computer science, which was very tough. Somehow I managed to get through it. But then uh, that is how I am right now, helping people, helping people to get clients, make their business that uh, that they want. In like a lot of them are life coaches. They come from their own story of like how they had been through different situations in life. It could be relationship, self love situations, and then now they're teaching the same. But as it looks good from the outside, now I'll start teaching. What we need to understand is we need to be equally passionate and then do things in correct way as well, right? Study, by just not telling I will help people will not do that, right? We need to study. There's lots of free resources, YouTube, Google, lots of blogs. We need to study every single day to actually go towards that. So that is what I did. Like, I studied why people succeed, why coaches succeed, and all of this. I think that is in short what I do. I teach people what I studied throughout the years, and in a concise way.
You mean like you did a research about the profession and how to help others from the success stories and step by step? I think research is absolute must. Don't know, I had a team like last year or there before. I think it was last year. Actually, I had two different teams. Last year was one. The year before, I think it was a different person. And I invited as well the lady, the first lady. She was 17 at the time when she was working for me. And her research was phenomenal. Like, I, I before I to take anyone on board, I was super scared how they're going to know how I want to express, what I'm going to say exactly for the topics that I have to advertise, because it was a digital marketing, a social media manager sort of a style. Excuse me. And at that moment when she started and started doing that research, on the topics that I was giving her, oh my God, there were times when I was thinking I was expressing, it was like, wow, I couldn't believe that that person can express in that way just from giving her one single topic. And she explained me that all of that is done due to the research. And this is when I realized how absolute must a research is, for anything you want to do, anything that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It was absolutely, now I know what you mean. But tell me, like, when it come to you doing what you do, was there someone who was helping you, like a coach or a lot of coaches, people that you worked for that were like motivating you, pushing you forward? Just I don't know, was there someone there guiding you, if you want to say it?
Yes. So the first coach I worked for, she was a face body coach, but she was inside a program called Thinking into Result. That is
Mm-hmm.
Proctor's program.
Yeah.
So she was taking that program, and what she did is, because she absolutely loved my work, she referred to me to another coach who was also part of that Thinking into Result. So what happened is, I was working for 3 or 4 clients at the moment as an assistant, virtual assistant, and they were all into thinking and results. So I feel like I got that energy of Bob Proctor, the same, because I was in their zone. They were all into the positive vibration, thinking big, manifestation, and
Mm-hmm.
doing something on your own, getting something big. So I think I accumulated all of their thoughts, and the best thing was, some of them were above 50, above 60, and that is when they were just starting out their business as a whole. And I thought, like, I'm just 20, 21, 22, and why should I not do that? Like, there's nothing for me to not start. So seeing people at 60, 50, and the thing was, I was very good at tech because I studied computer science. I I'm in general very tech savvy, but they didn't even know how to post properly. They didn't know how to use tools, but they were still very determined to make a profitable business out of that. So that further inspired me that if they can do it, if they're super passionate about that, and if they can see it happening, I should do it myself too. So it was my clients that inspired me, and it was the zone they were all in. So I'm still very grateful and thankful to my first client who introduced me to a lot of other clients in general. And even my
Yeah.
first client, I think I got out of luck, or uh, out of my inner desire.
Excellent. I love Bob Proctor's materials. I'm as well. I used to be part of one of my mentors. She wasn't coaches. Was under him, and I was studying alongside her some of the programs. And
Mm,
as well, I was on some of his events. Like actually, I'm doing some of the of my coaching now materials. I'm taking sentence or two from here and there, just question or two from here and there that I implement into my work as well. But Bob, for me, Bob Proctor is one of the most amazing people left on earth, and one of the people that inspired millions and empowered them, not only inspired them, they to move forward in life. And I love everything, every single word that he's saying, with the energy that he's saying it, everything. It's so motivational. And you said there's something extremely important that I want to pay attention to. You said if someone is 50 or 60 and starting their journey now, and they believe that they're going to succeed, and they do succeed, they manifest it. I'm 21 or 22. Why not now? And even they're 50, they said, why not now? So just why not now? Doesn't matter how old you are. Why not now? Yeah, that's the question. So I want our listeners just to think about why not now. That's one of the most important questions when I coach someone and I'm asking them why not now. Yeah, what's stopping you now to move forward? That's phenomenal. Tell me a little bit. Where are you tuning from today? Where do you live? I don't know anything about you.
I'm from Nepal. A lot of people don't know Nepal,
Yeah,
but
I know Nepal. Like, I actually want to visit Nepal because it's close to Tibet. Yeah, the
yes,
monks, and it's very spiritual area.
yes.
Yeah, is Nepal part of India or it's separate country?
Yes, it is a separate country. It's in between China and India. So it's a
Yes, yes,
small
yes.
country. That is why a lot of people consider sometime it as China, sometime as India, but it's an independent country.
Yeah.
And people are very spiritual here, especially towards the more we go towards the upper side of the Mount Everest is here, right?
Mm.
So people there are very spiritual. It's very simple life, and compared to the western part of the world where there is lots of hustle, the life is very fast. Here it's slow moving, simple. Even if a lot of people don't work for a month, nothing would happen because it's very affordable. It's simple, nice, and it's very calming in general. So that is something I really enjoy about being here.
That's really great what you said. I had the possibility to visit Sweden this year, and exactly I love that the northern Sweden near the border with Finland and Norway, and over there the life is so relaxed. It's I loved it. I fell in love with that slowness and steadiness and somehow nurture, if you want to call it, and trust. There was a lot of trust in the general culture, that you could feel with your whole sense. That was something I have never experienced before, and it really fascinated me. Tell me, you mentioned something very interesting. I would like just to go a little bit deeper, if you don't mind. Tell me a little bit about how did you went, because you said your parents weren't happy with what you're doing now because they think that they lost a lot of time and money and effort over your studies. But I do believe that nothing is lost. We always use the skills and the knowledge that we have possessed. Just in certain periods of our life, they will come handy. It's not that you will lose something or nothing like that exists. So tell me, how did you start doing what you love doing? Because there are many people out there that struggle to go against their parents' will, or uh, they feel that they will disrespect them, and because of that, for years and years, they carry what their parents want them to do, and actually they never express their passion, what they really love doing, in the world out there, and they never pursue their dream. Tell me, how did you went around that?
So I think showing them the result of what could happen if I do this and what would happen if I don't do this was I'm not that much good of a communicator when it comes to explaining to my parents because I have that notion that they'll not understand despite I tell them or don't. And I think a lot of people go with that and they never explain because we assume that they don't understand. But what I found out over the years is they just want the best of us, and
Mm.
they think that that is what is best for us from their perspective. So I try to show that I am not good at what I do. uh, the computer science aspect, I'm not good at this. If I do this, continue to do this, I would just be a mediocre somewhere. I would make the money just to live off what I could do. But if I go this way, this is where I am super passionate about. I am 100% sure that I would stand out and I would do a lot of things. And what I did was, I'm not sure if this is possible for a lot of people, but I started giving them a good amount of, it sounds like bribery, but giving them good amount of money that I earned. So they could see that okay, she's earning, this is profitable, this is good for her in the future as well. And showing them success every single step instead of waiting for me to become that the most successful that I had envisioned. Even if I got one client, I would run and tell them that I got the client, this is the profit I would make, this is the amount of time I need to spend with this person, and I would still make this much. And every time we had some family function, I would remind them again and again that, see, if I was doing a job, I would not be here. See, if I was doing this, I would not be here. So uh, instead of trying
Mm.
to sit and talk at once, if we take them through a journey with us together, I think that is what could help. And if we're super passionate, going beyond and all means like even bribery to some sense is what I thought would be, because I really wanted that. And if we really want that, uh, everything will just come in place. Not just come in place, but we have to do everything to make that happen. That is how I go by.
Yeah, but you said something there that you show them by doing things. Doing is
Mm.
extremely important. I fully agree with you. But at least they gave you the chance you to do, because there are parents who even will not give the chance to people they to to do the things they to start. And
Mhm.
many people actually struggle with that internally. I'm a coach myself. I do coach people towards self-realization and as well business coaching. My power lies into the self-realization and exactly that point where sometimes people are giving the chance, they have the time, they have the space, they do not move forward just because of that inner chatter, that they of the way they think. And I really want to here to say this to everyone. Even if you think you don't have the chance, give yourself the chance and try to move forward. Doesn't matter what, doesn't matter what you think or what really the stopper is. Just move forward and then see how it will go, and do not stop. I think the one of the most necessary ingredients for success is belief in the self. This is for me, because if, as you said, you believed in yourself and you really sense that this is your passion, what moves you forward, and this is how you progressed. But many people lack that self belief, and it's extremely important you to manage to find it somewhere there. Where did you
Mhm.
find your self-belief? What made you believe into yourself? Was it the results that you were seeing in your clients, or how did you get that? Where it comes from?
So, a little bit backstory here is, before I became full time into this, I was studying at that time. So I didn't leave anything of the study. And it was the most struggling phase, I think, like trying to
Mm.
build something and trying to study something, like getting in the good marks because I was into that zone. I'm a good student, I need to get the good marks, and trying to build. So it was definitely not easy. And I don't think the first few years, not years or months or whatever it is for few people, that is always a struggle, right? And I think I took the right decision by investing in a coach myself, because I had been reading everywhere that if you want to go to B, and if somebody has already reached B, if you're in A, if you take their help, that is how you're going to reach the fastest and the uh, easiest way. And when I invested in the business coach, I didn't have the money at all. So uh, I asked my parents again for a loan, which something they were not even interested in. And I convinced them, if I need, please give me. And they said, all right. And that is also another story. Like, I just brought up different situations on, if I was sick, would you give me the money? If I was this, would you give me the money? And they said, yes, yes. And then I just kept it as, this is as important as health to me, as important as uh, my dream, my house, everything. So would you be interested? So that is how I got them into saying yes, that they would invest in my coaching program with my mentors. And yes, I think I forgot the exact question that you're asking.
No, it's okay. I really love that part of the story. It's about the belief. How did you believe in
Ah,
yourself, and how did you, where did
yes,
you find that belief? Was it because you're on point about. Actually, I
yes.
think you believed in yourself because you managed to convince your parents to give you the money. But where the belief come from? Where come? Because belief is like you to be 100% sure that you're going to succeed, doesn't matter what. Yeah,
Mm.
it's absolutely no chance you to fail. That's 100% sure.
I
So
think
where this feeling come from?
I was, I love working hard, and I didn't do a lot of job because I was super passionate about whatever I do, and I thought that if I do a job, I'll not be able to, I'll not be credited for what I do with that much of hard work. And also, I think because I was 100% sure hard work is something that I would give 1000%. And if we put 1000% into something, that would work. So that is how I did the maths. Like, I'm 100% sure I'm going to give my 2000%. And if I give everything that I have, it would come, whatever it is, it will become, uh, turn out something good. So I think my belief came from my thought of giving my 100% into that. Is
Yeah,
that
so yeah, you were determined to succeed because actually you came to a realization that if you work the 9 to 5 job, as we call it, you want, even if you give 100% into the 9 to 5 job, the results that you're getting and the money that you're getting won't be the same as if you give 100 or 1,000% in the dream that you pursue. You will get a lot more, not only the money and the satisfaction, but as well, yeah, you'll be satisfied. You will do what you love. Should I
Mhm.
understand it this way? Yeah. And
Yes.
this is where I think integrated the belief to push you forward as well. That was great. And I love how you explain the conversations with your parents, the way that you express. There is a level of, here in our side of the world, many people even don't lead such a conversation. It's a bit more sophisticated and a bit more, um, official, and the way you explain it, it's really, I like it, how you, even though it sounds official, it is more mature communication, if you want to say it. While here people struggle to express themselves, and there is a lot of miscommunication, even not communicating the way you want to communicate, with a lot of effing, which is not so good.
Mhm.
But I really like the way you communicated with your parents. Is that coming from a culture, like in general, all the country around communicate in that way, like communicational culture, or is it something you have been just brought up, grown up with such a communicating uh, way of
Actually, both is
delivering?
not the right thing. With here as well, there is a lot of gap between parents and kids. And for me also, I was not that much of a communicator with parents, asking for, because now I'm realizing more of the nature of the people and different sides. So I'm not that somebody who is open to ask for what I need, but I think my passion and my desire to do this made me a communicator in that way, because it's very uncommon for people here to openly talk about the things that I talked, and not openly, but there is some sort of fiction always in this part of the world as well, to ask for that, and especially to start off something that there is no guarantee of getting success because it's online space. We don't know what would happen the next moment, right? So and uh, with all of these, confidently I'm moving ahead. Time and again, when my Facebook got blocked, when things got hacked, those were very sad moments, but still the belief stood there strong. But the technical things, all of those that would come and go, that would always like, problems will always be there in any part of the business or job, or even if you don't work, right? So
Yeah.
I think that is it.
And you mentioned a few times that not that your journey wasn't smooth all of the time. How did you overcome those obstacles, those challenges about the Facebook, about you said with your parents you had to communicate, get out of your comfort zone, get out of your shell. How do you overcome those obstacles when they appear? Why don't you stop just there and just look at something else? Why do you keep going as well? Just tell me what makes you to overcome them?
Because that is what I want. Like, I cannot imagine myself working somewhere for somebody who does not value, or not even value, who does not credit me for the amount of hard work I do. And I am 100% and 1000% sure that is only in our business that we see the result of all the hard work. So even if we put 2000% in somebody's, it's the next day it's gone. We are replaceable as easy as like a week's notice, and we would be gone, right? And uh, that is one of the thoughts, many thoughts that I got. And I really wanted to build this, have my own name, passionately help people who need, without like showing them the right way. Because a lot of, in my journey as well, I came across a lot of social media profile where they were just doing it just to earn money, or just to get people's money and not provide any value or result. And that's not the kind of thing that we want in the online space. And like, I think it's just in general, it was my passion to really get into, build something of my own here, that gave me, like, even if my parents didn't approve, even if it was financial situations, or even if it was the technical situations, I think I found other ways around to always move ahead.
That's great. Finding solution is super important when it comes to not only business but life as well. And looking
Mhm.
forward. I really enjoyed the interview with you today. If you want to add anything else, if something comes to your mind, feel welcome to say it now. And how people can reach out to you if they want to. Can they
Um,
find you on Facebook or do you have a website?
you can find me on Facebook. That's the easiest, Facebook or
Okay.
Instagram. So Instagram, I go by name Coach Sumnima. In Facebook, it's just Sumnima Thapa. So that is how you can find me.
We are going
And
to share your details on the how do you call it, in the
description.
space where, yeah, where you can write the details on YouTube and as well on Facebook, where I'm going to share this link on Facebook with my audience. Thank you so much, Sumnima. Honestly, it was a real absolute honor because you're so young and pursuing your dreams and telling us how you had so many obstacles and you didn't give up, you didn't stop, you didn't choose another way out. It was absolutely super interesting to listen. I really
Thank
enjoyed it. Yeah. And
And
I'll
I,
be in touch with you again.
yes, I would also love to listen to the same side of your story very soon, because I'm 1000% sure you have very similar stories, and that would motivate me in return as well.
Yeah, if you want, I actually, no one have interviewed me. I interview a lot of people, and I would love to, if you want to interview me, doesn't matter on my channel for my audience. I was thinking that why no one never interview me, or
I
I
would
don't
love
mind
to
to
do
come
that.
and be guest to your, to your studio or your channels, wherever, however you decide, or we can actually share it both. You, by the way, you have the right to take this video and use it wherever you want because this is your own story, your own video, of course. Thank you so much. Let's say goodbye to the audience, and we are going to see them very